Hey, what's happening, man? Hey, everybody. On the sticks today, we got Mog on controller and me kind of taking a back seat and just playing everyone's favorite game, Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, the
The
most
fucking goat.
non-convoluted game of all time.
Such a simple premise turned into a...
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We're not there yet. I don't like playing with the vibration on, because I don't know about you, but my Xbox, like this, whatever this Afterglow controller, it vibrates really hard.
You got like a vibrator built in that thing?
Kinda, yeah, it really feels like that. And I think it's kind of busted, because whenever I'm playing, like, Enter the Gungeon, right, it will just vibrate for, like, a minute straight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I don't,
That's... yeah.
I
It
don't, I
might
don't know
need...
if it's, like, busted or if it's a programming thing or what.
it might need Jesus, or you just need a controller. Oh yeah, Sora? It's
You're just
puberty.
growing up.
It's normal.
Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
Is this Haley Joel?
I think so.
That does not sound like Haley Joel saying that, but I know Sora is played by Haley Joel.
Maybe it's like someone they had as like a placeholder until they got somebody.
Could be. Because I distinctly remember parts of this being in the commercial. God, do you remember commercials with Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I do. I remember commercials being... they had a huge ad budget for this game. They pushed it.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of had to due to the fact, you gotta please Papa Disney. You know what I mean?
It's kind of surprising because it was meant to be a one-off. You wouldn't think that it would have that big of a marketing budget.
Mm-hmm. But obviously, since it made the money, Square's like, "Yep, we're gonna milk this every cent." And it's like, "Hey, Tetsuya, can you think of a spinoff? Sure, card game, got it."
God, I'm not the biggest fan of that one. Not at all.
Okay. Oddly enough, I really, really, really like Chain of Memories. So if we do end up playing that one in the future, I'm totally down to do it.
Well, you know what that means, though?
Oh,
So,
you get to play too.
Yeah, I get to play too, because we're going to need to go in release order. This whole thing's not going to make any sense.
Oh yeah, it won't. It won't make any sense. So you get to play 2. I want to play 3, just so I can...
You can have 3. Even if it's my turn, you can have 3.
I just want to be filled with rage the whole time. Because that's all it's going to be me.
It's not that bad.
Oh man.
I'd say through gritted teeth.
If I could find the old like VODs of me streaming it, even like my partner at the time, she was like, "You don't look very happy." I'm like, I kind of hate it.
So you actually hated it. I can't say the same for myself, but I was very disappointed.
And that's the thing is like I had like some high expectations because I think what it was for me was that my inner nostalgia for Kingdom Hearts 2 and Chain of Memories was really really strong, and I actually got to play Birth by Sleep, and I'm like, this is a very strong and impressive game with like Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep was actually, it kind of took me by surprise because I had very low expectations for it.
Stunning for a Vita game, I think it was.
It was a PSP or a Vita game. It was one of the two. But I played the final mix version of it on PS4, so I didn't have to deal with the lack of thumb pad.
They make stepping forward sound so ominous.
Yeah. So we going with the busted build?
What's the busted build?
Isn't it forego magic and just strength and defense?
So what we do? Which one would we pick up, shield or sword?
I guess if you want to be goofy, you could pick up the shield.
Because I think shield. Oh, I mean it's not proud mode, so we could go either. But I'm okay with dropping magic.
Yeah, that was always like my go-to was I always picked up the sword. And it's like, which do you want the least of, magic? But then you have to rely on Donald. which
You know what's wild though? If you're trying to min and max this game, you need to pick up magic because you can always get more strength, you can always get more defense, right? You can never get more max MP.
this is true.
But fortunately, we're not doing that. I don't need inner strength. I've got a therapist for that.
Same. And they get paid that sweet cash money, yo.
It bugs me a lot because for a time, the animation in this game was spectacular. But then in cutscenes, they'll have, like, South Park mouth, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Or it's just like wide open.
Yeah, it's just obviously a blatant copy and paste kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this came out 2003, I think.
Yeah. I want to say 2003. I can double check that real quick.
It's absolutely incredible. Even if we got the year wrong, it's incredible that something like this came out, especially because Final Fantasy X came out before, and that looks kind of rigid now, I would
I'm
say.
playing it right now. I can honestly agree with that assessment. It definitely looks a bit rigid at times, but it does have moments of fluidity.
True. And that one came out 2001, correct?
That is correct, yeah. I want to say 2001, 2002.
So it had a couple years of technology, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts came out in 2002. Then Final Fantasy X.
So I'm skipping most of the tutorial stuff because it's not going to be relevant to people watching. I think.
Yeah, you were on the money, 2001.
I remember that because 10 and 9 came out just not even a year apart. I want to
Yeah,
say
that was months apart, yeah. But 9 was in the works for a hot minute, though. Same with 10, so they were practically working on, what, 3 different games at one point?
They were doing that for a while, though. Square for a time, Square was working on dozens of games, if not publishing dozens of games at a time.
I mean, when you think about it, like, Parasite Eve came out around the same time as either Final Fantasy VIII or Final Fantasy IX. And then Vagrant Story came in, I think, sandwiched between FF7 and FF8.
Legend of Mana, I want to say, was 98.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Then Parasite Eve 2, I want to say, came out in around like 99, 2000. So yeah, they were doing work at the time. But the thing is that this was heyday Square. This is when Square could do no wrong.
Golden Age.
Yeah, the golden age of Square, and this was just them just releasing banger after banger, and people forget about Cross too, Chrono Cross.
I don't hear many good things about Chrono Cross, but I've never played it.
I love Trigger. Trigger will always and forever be hands down my favorite game made, just bar none. It's well paced, it's well made. All the characters are memorable. The multiple antagonists and time traveling aspects are handled really well. Usually, when time traveling in video games can be really, really wonky when they just try to overdo it.
That alone, the antagonist part, was unheard of at the time.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, and not just is it really a spoiler when a game's like nearly 30 years old?
I wouldn't think so. Real quick, though, do we want to be honest with ourselves, or do we want to do, like, the leveling thing?
Let's just go for leveling. That way we can just blow through this as fast as possible. But if we were to be honest, I would say friendship would be, the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
Because, I think, because I know a while back we watched Clerks 2, and the scene where they're in the jail cell.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, that hits so hard because it's so true. Because I think what happens with most friendships as we get older is that we tend to drift apart. And like it's one of those things that just slowly happens. Like you don't really notice it at the moment when it's, when it's happening, but it's just one of those things that gradually happens, and then once you realize that, it's almost like a fleeting moment and it's gone.
We're gonna be talking about some deep-ass stuff during this series, aren't we?
I have a feeling we are, because like this whole series is about, it's about friendship and it's about bonds and it's about,
Yeah.
togetherness. And I mean, we'll probably shit on it at some point. I don't, I don't see myself like, filleting this game, because that's just not how I roll.
I wanna make it clear to everybody, we do actually love this game. It's just it's rough.
It's real rough at times. Like there are moments where I think when I went to play back through this, I just got really flustered and upset, because I know there's like some parts where you have to backtrack, and backtracking in video games now just seems like the cardinal sin 101.
Yeah, it's
Like,
really tedious.
unless it's handled really well, like something like Metroid, and it's actually done to where there's a lot of means to, like, shortcuts and easy ways to get around with the mobility that Samus usually have, which the 2D games did better than the Prime games, but the Prime games still, for putting it in a first person view in a 3D world, did a great job.
I was actually thinking about that. I think the part that bugs me about this game that you guys aren't going to see just yet is that this game is essentially a platformer instead of just a full-on action RPG, whereas the rest of the series, like 10 plus games, are action RPGs with minimal platforming. And it's not a good platformer. Don't mind those save spots, those are whatever. But yeah, it's just not a good platformer. There's a lot of jank. The camera feels bad to use. You can use either automatic or manual camera, and it feels the same.
I feel like these tiles look a lot more detailed for some reason on PC. I don't know if they had some sort of scaling with PC specs, but maybe that's just me looking at it.
I don't know. There's a few scenes. I'll point one out in particular when we get to it. But you remember those old CRTVs? The big tube ones?
Oh yeah.
Those things were so dark, the picture was so dark that it was hard to tell that people were in the cutscene at points of this game and other games. So it would look like to the viewer, someone was just talking to themselves.
Right.
And you don't really want to do that. So this man's name is Darkseid. He's the first boss of the game.
He's totally not Darkseid from Justice League. He's not a DC villain, I swear to God.
Jesus. I wish Darkseid was in here. What if Batman was a Disney princess?
I mean, he'd be the baldest Disney princess there ever be. Although, then again, him and Thanos would fight it out for who's balder.
I wonder who would win, Thanos or Darkseid. I think Darkseid.
I'd give Darkseid, because Thanos needs the gauntlet in order to harness all his powers.
They reveal... Damn, we leveled up already.
Mm-hmm.
We leveled up on the fodder.
On the fodder, huh? His fodder got nothing.
But, got your daddy right here.
I got your fodder too. Tonight.
So this episode is clearly going to be Carl posting.
Why there isn't a Carl posting subreddit is well beyond my understanding.
Everybody should go watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force and witness the majesty that is Carl. What's his last name even? It's like something complicated.
I think he says it once and they never mention it again.
I feel like it's a long one too.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Uh-oh, he's getting swallowed up by the darkness.
Hold the mightiest weapon. Do they ever clarify who that is, or is that just like a voice?
I would wager it's something way later in the series, but
Is
I
it
can't confirm.
Is it Aqua before she got Norded?
I actually can't confirm. You think Eeyore gets Norded?
Probably. Tigger's got to put him down.
He was ready for it, too.
He was.
Give me a break, Kyrie. Sora, you lazy bum. I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
No, this huge black thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't... Ow. Are you still dreaming? It wasn't a dream. Or was it? I don't know.
I don't know. It seemed awfully real from my
What
perspective.
was that place? So bizarre. Yeah, sure. Say, Kyrie. what
Why
was
are
it
the
all
shoes
about?
so
Like,
goddamn
you know,
big?
we grew up?
I don't know. I don't
Fucking
want to think that
enormous.
their shoes are... I don't think their feet are that big, right?
Nothing at all.
Could you imagine of like them just taking off their shoes and their feet are just boats?
I hate it.
Check it out.
See, she's got normal
I
shoes.
wouldn't mind going to see it.
She's got the Crocs.
I'd like to see it too.
Dude, I saw some guy walking around in a hoodie who looked half homeless in white Crocs, and he's just wearing like flamboyant colors. I'm like, my man, you are conflicting something fierce.
I guess I'm the only
He's
one
a
working on
style
that.
icon. He's gonna be famous in a few years.
Hmm.
And you're just as lazy as he is.
So you know this. Okay, we'll finish it together. I'll race you. Huh?
What? Are you kidding?
Ready? Go!
Riku wins.
They just needed a reason.
See, I feel like Riku's character design is more along the lines of Final Fantasy, which I feel like Sora is a bit more Disney-esque.
I wonder if it's because of the gray hair, because this was fresh out of like Sephiroth and Kuja and Ultimisia. I'm starting to notice a trend with the square villains.
Yeah, because 12, you didn't have anyone with like gray hair, really.
Yeah, that was just a normal looking dude. I thought it was Adrian Brody at first.
Mhm.
He's not even like, that's the part that weirded me out about 12. Like, it was just some guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna gather up these supplies. 2 logs, 1 cloth, 1 rope.
One rope.
I don't think I
Uh,
want to fight anybody.
I mean, I don't think we do fight anybody at this point, right?
We could fight
Oh, we
Titus,
have, like-
Riku, Waka, Selfie.
Oh, that's right. Dude, doesn't they give, like, Waka a really shitty voice actor?
Yeah, you know what? I'll talk to him. I'll talk to each of them. Where was he?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Oh my god. Hey, what's happening, man?
He sounds so confused.
He sounds confused, and then he also kind of sounds like Sanka from Cool Runnings.
Yeah, he does. See, she sounded fine.
Yeah.
I'll
It
go
also
talk to
doesn't help that
Titus.
Selfie didn't have a voice to begin with.
True. Yeah, she didn't. Thank God they never made like an Advent Children of 8. There was nowhere they could have gone with that anyway.
Is that where they just confirmed that Squall was dead since Disc 1?
That is the only way that entire story makes any sense. And nobody can tell me otherwise.
Dude, that... Yeah, I agree.
If he doesn't laugh, I'm rioting.
Hey, Sora, you feel lucky today?
Damn it!
Ha 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 ha!
Wait a minute. Are his shorts even in this one?
No,
No.
his whole outfit is scuffed.
Wow, you just look like a piece of shit, no matter what age. Don't bully kids, guys, unless it's Titus.
Well, it's like you said earlier, you know, he's a sociopath. traumatic event happens and he just goes and has a nap. My fucking god.
Dude. No, I don't want to
Nasty,
fight you.
dude.
Can you imagine Sora just talking like total bro right now?
Oh, I could see it. It's like Kingdom Hearts 4, and that's like his whole thing. He's like a he's like a teenager, and he just is like his flat bill cap backwards, like saw, dude.
He's shotgunning 2 monsters at once.
Yeah. Somehow he found a red line, and he just fits that one in.
Okay, guys, this is gonna do it for this episode. We'll turn this stuff into Kyrie next time. This has been Mog.
And Churro.
Thank you for watching On the Sticks. Like, comment, and subscribe.